Hey there YouTube, this is Showcase Watches. Today bringing you a really quick video about the No Time to Die Omega SEAMASTER Professional. This is the Grade 2 Titanium No Time to Die SEAMASTER as worn in the movie No Time to Die by Daniel Craig, his last outing as Bond, powered by the caliber 8806. So yeah, I thought I'll do a quick video and just share a quick story about this watch. So as many of you know who follow the channel, I purchased a No Time to Die Bond edition back in December 2020, just after it was released, not long after it was released. I bought the watch, loved the watch, and I sold it in beginning of May 2021 to fund the Ed White, the Omega Speedmaster Ed White. I had to sell this one to fund this one for the simple reason I didn't have the funds in the watch account. So I have a hobby account, which is where I keep the money for my watches, mainly because I can keep a set amount of money circulated within watches. I don't have to, dip into savings or anything like that. I can enjoy the hobby without having to worry about if I can afford it. So yeah, I didn't have the funds in my watch account to buy the Ed White, so I sold the No Time to Die to fund the purchase. And I got invited to an Omega event, which was the movie of No Time to Die. It was a private screening for 25 VIPs in my area by my local authorised dealer. And what this event basically was 25 VIPs get invited. They can bring their partners, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever, to the event. And it's a black tie event, so it was really, really cool. Everyone was there, black tie, loads of guys with dicky bows, dinner jackets. The women looked absolutely stunning, beautiful black dresses, a lot of backless dresses, real sort of going out for a meal, going out to a nice event type dress. Looked absolutely stunning. All these people came to this event, all dressed up beautifully. We got to the cinema. On offer was vodka martinis, shaken not stirred, as we got there. So it was all food, all drink provided and paid for. We got shown upstairs, private lounge, private screen. There was 50 people, obviously 25 VIPs, 25 partners. There was food, there was drink, there was canapes. There was all the Omega stands, all the glass cabinets with different watches in and so on. Obviously the star of the show was the No Time to Die. And yeah, we got invited. We saw a private screening of the movie. During the movie, we had all the drinks down one side of the cinema. We had all the food down the other side. So beforehand, it was an hour before the movie. We all got there, socialised with all the other Omega guys, which was absolutely fantastic. I loved that, meeting all the different people. If anybody watching this video was there, give us a shout out in the comments. We all met up, talked watches, real good time. We then went in to see the movie. And then when we came out, we had another hour or so of socialising, drinks, food, got to try on some really cool watches, and just general. It was just a fantastic evening. It really was. And what made it even more special for us was my wife and I, as most of you guys know who watch the channel, we've recently had another child. He's now 5.5 months old. No, sorry, 5 months old. So it was our first night out. From him being born, this was our first night out. Had an absolutely fantastic time, had a little bit too much to drink, and I joked with the lady who looks after me at my Omega authorised dealer. I joked with her and said, if the movie's any good, I'll buy the watch. If the movie's rubbish, I won't buy the watch. And I just said it jokingly, just in jest, just as a joke. Went in, saw the movie, loved the movie, and at this point, I had a few to drink. Came out of the movie, just loved the movie. And she immediately said to me, she says, was it a good movie? And I said, yeah, it was a really, really good movie. She says, is it a really good movie? And I said, yeah. Tried the watch on, had a bit of a chat. Long story short, I bought the watch back. Absolutely fantastic. I can't speak highly enough for this watch. I have reviewed it in depth in the past, so check out my previous video. So pleased to have this back in the collection. I knew when you sell a watch, sometimes you box up a watch to sell it and you think, yeah, this is the right thing to do. Sell the watch. It's the time for this watch to move on to a new owner. You just know when a watch has come to the end of its life with you. Other times you box up a watch and you just know you're going to regret it. And you'll have that experience if you're selling a watch because you need the money to do something or to pay off debts or anything. You'll no doubt have the same feeling as this because you won't want to sell the watch. I was selling this watch because I had to, because I needed the money to fund this one. Don't get me wrong, this is a different thing. I'm not, people who are selling the watches to pay off debts is a lot different to me selling this watch to buy this watch. It's a different thing, I know, but first world problems, right? But to get this watch back and to have such a happy memory attached to this watch, I mean, it was just such a cool event. It was just such a cool night. It was a cool movie. And I so appreciated my authorised dealer inviting me. I mean, at Christmas, not this Christmas just gone, but the previous Christmas, they gave me a beautiful set of Omega cufflinks as a Christmas gift. I really appreciate that. I mean, I spend a lot of money with them, but I don't expect anything in return, apart from, customer service and all that. I spend money on the watches because I want the watches. They always look after me really, really well. And to be invited to this event really meant a lot to me. It was a beautiful occasion, fantastic movie, great, brilliant company. Omega fans are such lovely people. I'm not going to slag off other brand fanboys, but Omega people, for the most part, they're just really, really cool people, and they're a pleasure to spend time with. And the number of SEAMASTERs that were in the room was awesome. And I actually wore to the event, my Speedmaster Ed White, and it was none of them had seen one at this point. So it was really, really cool. Some people got to have a look at the Ed White, and I got to look at their watches, and we're having a look at different things. It was just such a cool event, and I just thoroughly enjoyed spending time with the Omega guys, the Omega fans. And it just sort of reminded me how much I love Omega, and how much I love Omega ownership, and how much I love the people who wear Omega in comparison to other brands. Other brands have with it the investment class. Oh yeah, I'm going to buy this watch for 10,000 because it's going to be worth 20,000 in 5 years' time, and I'm not interested in speaking to those people. Yeah, fine, if you buy a watch for 10,000, it goes up to 20. Good for you. Well done. I'm not really into speaking to you for that reason. It's just not what I'm into. Whereas when I was speaking to these guys, they're all there in the SEAMASTERs or whatever, and yeah, it's a bit cheesy, I suppose. Showing up in a black tie with your SEAMASTER on for a Bond movie and all that. It's a bit cheesy. I don't give a shit. I just had a good night, and these guys had a good night. We all had a good laugh. We all had a few drinks. The dealership, obviously, they sold a few watches. They had a good night out of it. It was just an all-round good event, just an enjoyable experience. If it's a little bit cheesy, so what? I don't care. I enjoyed it. It's like I've said openly before, I'm a geek. I like Star Trek, I like Star Wars, I like things like that. I don't give a shit. There'll be people watching this video thinking, you sad bastard, you went to an Omega event in a black tie. I had a good night, What were you doing that night? I just had a good night. My wife had a good night. Met some really cool people and bought an absolutely fantastic watch. So guys, check out my other video on this watch. It's such a cool watch. I've heard, since I did my original video on the watch, I've actually heard other reports from people saying about the bracelet was uncomfortable. I actually have a 7¼ inch wrist, so this watch is set on notch 2 on the bracelet, so it fits me really, really well. I've heard people who have smaller wrists have difficulty with the bracelet because this bit here comes inside and it's a bit uncomfortable for them to wear. So I think I'm got a bigger wrist, so it fits me perfectly. It's because it's grade 2 titanium. It's so light and so comfortable. I've heard people with smaller wrists have found it difficult, so that's something to bear in mind. If you're looking to buy this watch and you've got a smaller wrist, go check it out before buying. Go try it on. If you've got a bigger wrist like me, it just fits so well. It's so comfortable. In fact, it's so easy to forget that you're wearing it. I often find myself, in the shower, seeing it and think, oh, I'm wearing a watch. It is honestly so light you forget you're wearing this watch. I love the fact that it's got the patina lume, the vintage lume on it, because with it being an anodized bezel and an anodized dial, it's an anodized aluminium, so it's going to age perfectly over time. It's not going to be a watch that's going to look brand new forever. I mean, if you take something like the ceramic Rolexes, a ceramic Rolex is going to look brand new. Well, the bracelet and clasp is going to get scratched up, but the head of the watch is going to look brand new forever. Ceramic doesn't patina. Neither will the dial on this watch. This is going to patina beautifully. The grade 2 titanium will patina and age, and it'll scuff, it'll wear nicely. The anodized aluminium on the bezel and on the dial is going to patina beautifully. It's a matte dial as well, so it doesn't have any reflectiveness. It doesn't have that blingy element to it. It's an under the radar, understated watch. Perfectly fitting for the Bond movie. I'm purposely not speaking about the Bond movie because I know some people who are watching this won't have seen it yet, so I don't want to drop any spoilers. Needless to say, the movie is awesome. Go see it. Any Bond fan will love it. I'm not going to tell you what the watch does in the movie or anything like that, but it does play a part in the movie. Really cool movie. Go see it. It fits Bond perfectly. In the movie, James Bond spends a lot of the movie in tactical gear. He is more active than we've probably seen him in the past. He's a bit more SAS-y rather than suit and tie, which we've been used to seeing in previous Bonds. He is very much a tactical guy in this, so this watch suits his character perfectly. It makes a fantastic dive watch as well, just for you or I. If you want to use it for scuba diving or you want to use it for whatever reason, the lume on it is superb. The lumed bezel, as well as obviously the applied indices in the lume on the dial, it's really, really good lume, so it's perfectly fit for purpose. And the fact that it's made of grade 2 titanium means it's non-reflective. It doesn't have any reflective surfaces, which is a good thing, because one of the things that people never talk about with diving watches, and I know this through experience, I went to Jamaica probably 10 years ago. I went diving, and I was wearing a Breitling Super Ocean, and on the bracelet it was quite highly polished on the bracelet, and the guy told me to take it off. He didn't recommend me diving with the watch, and at the time I thought, that's a strange thing for him to say. Of course you immediately think he's going to steal the watch or whatever, but I thought, well, he's on the boat, what's he going to do, nick my watch and swim to shore? So I took the watch off and left it, and I just said to him, I said, well, why that? And he said to me, because barracuda and sharks are attracted to bling in the water. You see anything, if a shark or a barracuda sees something blingy, whether it be a diamond ring, a bracelet, a watch, whatever, they're more likely to come and investigate what it is and draw attention to yourself. And in Jamaica in particular, barracuda is an issue. And from that point on, I thought, well, why are most dive watches made of stainless steel? If you look at Rolex pre-ceramic, the sides of the bracelet are all brushed. They're not highly polished. Modern Rolex is all highly polished. The tool watch era of Rolex, pre-ceramic, it was all brushed. So the pre-ceramic was a proper tool watch. They thought about these things. This, for that purpose, for diving, is a perfect watch. It's got easy adjustment, so it can go over a wetsuit. So it's a perfect dive watch from that element. For the movie, as a tactical watch, brilliant. It's fits Bond's character perfectly. For a daily watch for you or I, it's a fantastic watch. It's so light and so easy to wear. 42mm case, 20mm at the lug, so it's easy for straps. You can put multiple NATO straps and things, so any straps you have tucked away in a drawer will fit this watch. Super light, powered by the 8806, so it's a master chronometer, certified by METAS as well as COSC, anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss, so it's an all singing, all dancing. This is, in my opinion, the best of Omega. If you want an Omega dive watch, this, in my opinion, is the one to buy. And a common argument is the price difference between this Bond watch and the Omega SEAMASTER Professional, just the standard one. So the standard one, I think, is here in the UK is 4,440. This one is 7,880. So it's exactly half the price of this watch. Is this worth double the money? For a Bond fan, and an Amiga fan, yes it is. For me, it's worth double the money. This one has that occasion attached to it, so I'm attached to it from that aspect. But is it worth the money to me? Yeah, 100%. It's a better looking, and I believe it's generally a better watch than the SEAMASTER Professional, mainly because of the bracelet. The SEAMASTER Professional bracelet lacks refinement, whereas this has just been done masterfully well. It's absolutely fantastic. Check out my other video. Go back on my channel, check out the other video. You'll see my review done earlier on in 2021. I love this watch. Really, really cool watch. And I love the event, and I love Amiga people. I love the people who collect Amiga. And the event just reminded me of why I love Amiga and why I love Amiga people. As opposed to other brands, I'm not saying everybody, I know people who collect other brands who are really, really down-to-earth nice people. I also know people who collect other brands who are absolute arseholes. So, and there's people out there who collect Amiga who are arseholes as well. I'm not saying that all Amiga people are perfect and other brands are arseholes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for the most part, Amiga people are really, really cool people, and I like Amiga people. And the event was so cool. Just wanted to share this little story. It's, a completely pointless video. I'm not trying to sway people. I'm not saying to you, oh, if you own the Amiga SEAMASTER Professional, you should sell it and buy this one. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that this is a really cool watch, well worth looking at, well worth trying on. The movie is superb. Go check it out. Daniel Craig, in my opinion, is by far the best Bond there has ever been. And I love the James Bond franchise. I've watched every movie multiple times. I love Roger Moore from a humour and from an entertainment value, but as a realistic Bond, I think Daniel Craig nails it. And I think his recent outing in No Time to Die, I think everything about the movie is first class, and I highly recommend you go see it. Highly recommend you check out the No Time to Die Amiga, and I highly recommend you check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel. So thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one. So take it easy, and hope you're wearing your watches in good health and wealth. Cheers, guys.